Like I told the guys afterwards, I thought we missed an opportunity again for positioning in conference. And I told them, there's only so many in a year that you get. And we got to get better at understanding that and rising to the challenge. I told them I thought we had one of our best practices in preparation for Boise, one of our best shoot-arounds in preparation for Boise, but I thought we came out and we were sluggish throughout the game. And I was just trying to find a combination that worked, and I couldn't find one. I told them also, at the end of the day, I get it, sometimes shots go in, sometimes they don't. But we can't base what we do off of shot making. And if we're saying we're a defensive team, that was not a tremendous defensive effort by us. At the end of the day, giving up 80 points, that's not a good sign of putting yourself in position to win the basketball game. But again, I thought it came back to timely rebounds, offensive rebounds, some turnovers, and definitely positioning on the defensive end of the floor. So, we as a staff just gotta, and the guys have to go back, get in there, continue to work, and continue to believe in the process. Obviously got a tough one on the road at San Diego State, so no one is feeling sorry, for it. So, deal with it. We'll watch film, and then we'll move on.
You know that we talked about Boise. Scout is an assistant. They always seem to have 5 guys on the floor that can make shots, and it seemed like all 5 times maybe seemed like there were 8 guys out there making shots. But was that? Did you feel like just guys were making shots that you could live with for them, or they just wasn't there? You just didn't get enough hands and faces to do it?
I thought it was a little bit of both. The kid Hutchinson, we were content with late effective shots. Didn't think he was a guy that was going to shoot 5, 6, 7 or make that many threes, even though he made the first 2. And I encouraged our guys to let him keep shooting. His third one was an air ball. The kid 30. We were willing to live with his as well, and I know he made 1 for 2, but they stopped shooting after a certain point and played a little bit more their game, slashing, driving, trying to get to the rim. And I thought we did a horrible job of, again, positioning. If we're not up on those guys, how can they still be able to get to the rim? That type of deal. But at the same time, we gave their shooters open looks by doing something that we teach in the program, no strong side help on guys that are capable of making, or guys that we call curries that can shoot the basketball. And even though Duncan's not shooting it well, we didn't want him to get fire as well. So he got up about 5 attempts that I thought were good looks. So again, it goes back to, I thought we were sluggish. I just thought we were sluggish. Our multiple efforts just wasn't there. We tried to pick it up within our 3 defense and our 55, and still within that, a little bit of energy came, but in a sense, probably it was too late by that time.
Coach, you mentioned being pretty happy with the energy in practice and everything. Just these last few games, why do you think that hasn't carried over to the?
That's always been a strange dynamic just in the coaching deal. You have practices and shoot-arounds like that, and sometimes guys show up and are sluggish. And then you walk away from practice or a shoot-around and piss because you felt like the attention to detail, the lack of focus wasn't there. And then sometimes they come out and have one of their best games. So it's hard to tell. I don't like to feed in either side of that. I was just excited in a sense because I thought our energy, our effort, and our excitement for this opportunity was there, and I just didn't think it carried over to the game.
Do you feel that lack of making the perimeter shots, because it's been so big for you, kind of affected you from a mindset standpoint, maybe on the defensive end, Allen?
I think that has something to do with it. Even being a former player, regardless of how much you can say, hey man, we can't worry about makes or misses. We still have to worry about defending and rebounding. That stuff still sinks in your head or creeps into your head. But if we're gonna get better or reach our possible potential, then we can't let that affect us. So as a staff, we just got to continue to beat that dead horse.
Jason, finally hit a few. I think his most in a conference game this year. Is it nice to maybe just confidence-wise have that going forward?
Well, to me, if at the end of the day there was a bright spot, that was probably it. At least he had an opportunity to see his ball go through the net, which is good. I mean, obviously, conversely, nobody else made one, so that kind of hurts. But again, we're in a process. We believe in something in our system, in our culture that we're continuing to try to develop. And on that road to development, there are ups, there are downs. We just got to understand when we're up, what was it that helped us to get there? And then when we're down, what was it? And to me, we can't come back to whether we make or miss shots.
Andrew didn't play today. What's his status, or do you know anything going forward?
Yeah, I mean, he just twisted his ankle in practice. In one of our rebounding drills, actually just came down on someone's foot. Finished the practice out, so I thought he was fine, but came in that next day and saw turbo, and it swelled up a little bit. So more ice. He tried to go through shoot around today, but it just didn't work.
Is Hayden's the same ankle?
Yeah, well, he came out and it was an ankle, and I asked him, was he all right? And he hesitated and then later said, Coach, I'm fine. So put it back in, but I haven't talked to Lance yet to see if it was the same ankle. Yeah.
All right, so guys that kind of took it the first big lead with that 12-0 run first half, just what were they able to do so successfully in that stretch? Was it just not getting stops on defense, or what kind of led to that?
Well, basically, I mean, we just couldn't get enough stops, and like coaches was saying in the locker room, giving up as many points as we did was pretty much unacceptable, and we just felt like on the defensive end, the edge wasn't really there consistently throughout the entire night, and that's why they probably got a chance to climb back into the game early on.
Jason, Hutchinson can line it up. I think he scored their first 7 points, but Boise's always been a team that's always had about 5 guys on the floor that can shoot the ball, and it just seems like they showed that tonight. Were you kind of, after Hutchinson kind of slowed down, did maybe at times you let other guys take open shots that you could live with, or how did you feel about that, I guess?
I mean, we got to give Boise credit. They were a good team. They came in here and they played a good game tonight. They executed on offense, and they made some shots, but I felt we just didn't come out with enough energy, enough edge on defense to find shooters and find their know their personnel, who's a better driver, who's a better shooter. We just didn't have that edge tonight to get stops when we needed to.
You guys rely so much on the 3-ball so far this season, and how just kind of disheartening was it that you guys had some open looks, just not able to knock them down there until late?
I mean, that's just one of those things. Threes are going to go in. Some games are not going to go in. Some games, but I think we were just disappointed that the thing we can control, that playing hard and coming out that edge and getting stops, something we feel like we can control every game. We just didn't have that tonight, and that's really why we lost the game. They played harder, they executed better. I mean, the threes. I mean, they made more threes, but the threes are going to come and go, and I mean, it's not something we can always control.
What do you think that is, Jason? I mean, we kind of saw that in the second half of the UNLV game, and now this game. I mean, do you know why maybe that edge wasn't there? I mean, I know that's something you guys take pride on and are preached about. Why do you think that was?
We just got to find it. I mean, we practice it every day in practice, and in pregame, and we got to somehow we got to find out in the game. I mean, it starts with me, and if I bring just high energy, high edge, and I mean, I think it trickles to everyone else. So I mean, that's something that we definitely need to fix for next game.
Jordan, what do you think? You talked a lot about that edge and stuff. Why do you think it it's hard to find tonight, I guess.
I mean, like J Mac said, I feel like we practice it every day, and we should be used to coming out and playing with edge every day in every game. But give them credit, they played hard, and they came in here and they had the right mindset, and they knocked down shots, and they did things that we didn't do, and we just we need to go back to practice and straighten some things out.
Seemed like second half you guys were never really able to get that run going. Was it something that they did well to prevent you guys from stringing too many points together, or why was that?
I mean, I think it was the same thing. We just didn't get consecutive stops in a row. I mean, because we obviously scored the ball, a lot better in the second half, and we just didn't get enough stops in a row to be able to make a road run to get back in the game.
Geez, you made 3 threes in the second half, and we talked about the shooting and stuff. Does that just feel good to see a couple of them go again? And think maybe the shooting slump's on its way out, or do you care much about that or pay much attention to that at this point?
I mean, on a night like tonight, when we lost the game, it doesn't really matter that much to me. But I mean, I just try and stay confident. My teammates and coaches stay confident in me, and I'm a shooter. I'm gonna shoot the ball when I'm open, and I'm gonna keep shooting. But there's a lot more to tonight. It's just not something I was thinking about. I just wanted to win the game, and we didn't do that.
Jordan, I think you had 6 of your guys' first 7 points. Did you feel like there was some room inside to? I know they had Duncan, that big guy, but he's not really a traditional post. Did you guys feel like that was maybe an edge that you could take advantage of inside?
I was just trying to play physical as I could, come out with a lot of energy, and when I had the ball, make the most of my opportunity. So if I catch it around the rim, try to finish around the rim and get easy little buckets. So yeah, I guess I would say so.